In this video, I'm going to share with you some jazz improv secrets that you're going to find infinitely useful across a multitude of tunes, jazz standards, even your own music. And I've been using these for a long time, and it took me a while to learn some of them, but I'm glad that I did because when I apply it to music, it always sounds great. And I'm also going to post a link in the video at some point so you can go download the sheet music directly. But I want you to stick around right now because I'm going to go through 4 of them. When we get to the end, it's probably the most important one, so stick around for that. Let's dive in, get started right away. You'll notice that I've got The Way You Look Tonight on your screen, and basically The Way You Look Tonight is 1 to 2. So this is really how to get from 1 major to 2 minor 7, and there are a ton of tunes that do this. And what I mean from getting from one place to the other as an improv means you need to choose chords in order to do that. So the tune would basically sound like this. And that's just 1 to 2. But when you throw these chords in, things start to sound really good because you've got these nice progression going. So what it is, that's 1, this is 4, this is 3, and this is flat 3 to 2. Now, flat 3 meaning 6, 7, because it's the tritone substitution. So if you were to go from A minor to G minor, it's basically A minor to D7, to G minor 7. But we're going to change the tritone because this is the D7 tritone, but it's also the tritone of A flat. But because you're going from 1 to 2, you want to descend. So it's 4, 3, flat 3, 2. So that's why we use the tritone substitution. Here's the other way without the tritone substitution. I think the first one sounds better because it has that bass movement in it. So remember, when you're going from 1 to 2 minor 7, try 1, 4, 3, flat 3 to 2. That'll impress the other musicians around you. Let's move on to the second one. So the second jazz improv secret is in any 1-6-2-5, which is essentially, or any progression that takes you through 6. So of the scale, in this case, F major 7, it's the 6th note, which in this case is D, and it's going to be a D7. Now, whenever you see a 6-7 chord, in other words, 6th note of the scale, dominant 7th, you can put a half step up dominant 7th in front of that chord. So think of it like this. If we're going to D7, we would typically go A7 to D7. But we're not going to do that just like we did in the first exercise. We're going to use the tritone substitution of A7, which is E flat. That's A7, this is E flat 7. And then we're going to D7. So a half step above the 6th note, or the 6th 7 chord. Okay, so I've chosen Oh Christmas Tree for this. I know it's a Christmas tune. It's just because we came through Christmas and it's the first thing that came to mind because it sounds really cool and I really love how Vince Guaraldi gets to the 6th chord. So right there. So if you take that out, it sounds like this. Not nearly as cool as this. Play it one more time. And when I first heard that, I didn't really know what that was until I actually decided to sit down and figure it out. And that's what it is. It's a half step above 6-7. So this is your 6-7 chord right here. And this is the half step above, which is the E flat 9 chord. So very cool. Use that whenever you're approaching 6-7 chords. Okay, number 3 on our list of jazz improv secrets is to use blue notes. Try to make your playing more bluesy. That's typically how it's going to sound more jazz. So in this case, we're talking about Summertime. I'm going to play it without the bluesy notes and then we'll talk about it. So I'm going to put in one simple blue note and you'll see the difference. So the note we're talking about is right here, and that's called a grace note. And the reason why we put that in front of the next note like this is because the two notes together are kind of like, they trick the ear into thinking it's somewhere halfway in between that, and that's what we call blue notes. So in a blues scale, in the key of G minor, it's this. And even though these are blue notes, it's really that grace note that makes them sound more blue. So. And that's going to make your playing sound a lot better. Just those little grace notes in front of blue notes to make them sound more blue. That's really good jazz, and I hope that's useful to you. Let's move on to the last one, which I think is probably the most useful. So the last jazz improv skill that we're going to talk about is everything to do with rhythm. Now, I find that the thing that challenges most pianists and musicians in general the most is essentially keeping rhythm going. And swing rhythm, which is with the accents on 2 and 4, is more important than anything else because that's what keeps feel going. I hear a lot of people kind of swinging backwards. They're putting the emphasis on 1 and 3, which is where people normally clap, but that doesn't make it right. So clapping on 2 and 4 and keeping the beat on that backbeat is really important. So one of the exercises that I'm going to give you is essentially rhythm changes. If you don't know what rhythm changes are, it's basically an AABA tune, and AA and A, the last A, are basically all the same. And a progression like this. And that's rhythm changes. I'm not going to go through the entire rhythm change. What I am going to do is give you a little exercise for the first 2 bars and just repeat that over and over again, which is essentially 1, 6, 2, 5. So B flat, G minor 7, C minor 7, F7, that's your 1, 6, 2, 5 progression. I'm going to write that down here for you. 1, 6, 2, 5. And I've put the right hand comping an 8th note before 1 and an 8th note before 3. And the left hand bass is basically 1, 2, 3, 4 with the accent on 2 and 4. So. And you just want to keep that going. It's not that easy to do. You're going to have to practice that, but it does keep the feel going really, really well. Okay, so keep that 2-bar pattern going as long as you can. Because that's really going to help you with feel. So a quick review. Remember, I'm going to post a link to the sheet music right now up here in the corner. Go download the sheet music and you'll have all 4 exercises and jazz improv secrets to use with your playing. The first one was how to get from 1 major 7 to 2 minor 7. Basically, you're going to find that in tons of jazz standards. The second one is to put a half step dominant seventh chord above 6/7. So when 6/7 appears in any song, it's a great idea to stick that chord in front. Of course, if it applies and it fits with the melody. The third one was to use grace notes to create that blue note sound. And then the final one was all about rhythm and using the chords from rhythm changes and to give you a quick exercise to feel that. And that's what this has been all about. These are great jazz improv secrets that you can use pretty much anywhere. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm also going to post a link to Jazz Piano Secrets here at the end. It'll appear on your screen and you can click that and watch that next video in the series. Okay, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You want to hit the little bell because we post videos a lot and you can be notified as soon as we post them. We do it about 5 times a week. So yeah, lots of stuff to learn and I'm here to help you. Have a great day.